Welcome back, everyone. We have iMetal Resources Inc. next. They trade on the OTCQB under the symbol IMRFF and on the TSXV under the symbol IMR. It's a Canadian-based junior exploration company focused on the exploration and development of its portfolio of resource properties in Ontario and Quebec. Please welcome CEO, President, and Director, Saf Dhillon. Nice to see you, Saf. Welcome back.
Hi, Anna. Good to be back.
All right, you know the drill. Go through your presentation, and then when you're ready for some questions, please call me back.
Sure. Thank you very much, Anna. Okay. Hi, everybody. As Anna mentioned, I'm the president and CEO of iMetal Resources. And as our mission statement says, I think we truly are on a mission of discovery. And I'm going to show you why. And again, our focus right now currently is in Ontario, and we've got one project in Quebec. So first question, I guess, technically, why invest in iMetal? Well, as I mentioned right off the bat, we are on a mission of discovery. And so all of our projects in Canada are focused in proven Archean greenstone belts. And in Ontario, the focus is on gold. And the one project that we have in Quebec is graphite focused. So both Ontario and Quebec, if you're not aware, are probably in Canada, they're the top two most attractive provinces, most mining friendly, but they are also in the top 5 internationally. And I think, of course, Canada has a lot going for it. Geopolitically, of course, still very, very safe. Big mining infrastructure in place. And specifically, when you hone in on the Abitibi Greenstone Belt, where our projects are focused, this is a huge swath of land that runs through Ontario and Quebec. Historically, there's been over 200 million ounces of production and reserves coming from about 21 mines. And some of the more well-known names would be Val-d'Or, Malartic, Noranda, and then, of course, Kirkland Lake and Larder Lake. Detour Lake, again, is another one of the major ones that is built here in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt. Our flagship property is called Galganda West, and we've had about just under 5,000 meters of drilling. And currently, we've hit a lot of smoke. And 2 years ago, we actually announced that we hit a discovery hole on our flagship property. It's roughly 50 meters of a gram of gold in the ground, 48.5 by actually 0.85 grams to be exact. And so, the project, the company, we have a number of things going for it. We've got great, I think, cap structure, which I'll go over in one of the upcoming slides. We've got great projects. Now, one of them having a discovery hole of gold. And I think the timing couldn't be perfect, of course, with gold trading, north of 3,700. And again, management with a proven track record, including myself. I think real quickly, what I'd like to say is that I've been in the industry for about 20 years. I was fortunate to work with a strong group of executives right from the get-go. And I was involved with building a renewable energy company from a $2 million market cap Canadian to its peak of just under $500 million or 450 million USD. And we built 3 geothermal power plants and became an independent power producer. So that was about a 10, 12-year overnight success story, as I like to say. So I think it's important to know that anything that I'm involved in, I'm trying to build something, build an asset, build a company. And that's what we're trying to do here at iMetal Resources. So if you look at the next slide, as I mentioned, a very, very attractive cap structure. We've got currently about 35 million shares issued and outstanding, about 32 million warrants priced between 10 and 20 cents. So that would bring in another 4 to 5 million Canadian. And if you really look at the breakdown of the shares, there's 80%, again, that's held by friendlies, including management, strong European and U.S. shareholders that are basically supporting us to build out our assets. And with that, I just quickly want to show you our projects. The two in Ontario, Ghost Mountain and Galganda West, again, really kind of in the thick of things here within the Abitibi. You can see the border here. On the left is Ontario. On the right-hand side is Quebec. And what we have tried to outline here in the red and white tags are multi-million ounce gold deposits in our neighborhood. Next slide is kind of showing you the wider, I guess, bird's eye view of the Abitibi. This is, of course, including both a swath that straddles the border between Ontario and Quebec. I like to say this slide kind of really tells the picture. And this is our flagship property, Galganda West. It's kind of in the red, right in the heart of the picture. We've been focused actually on two zones. There's about a 7-kilometer distance here. And this is our neighboring projects. They're all public companies, very successful. If you take a look at some of the grades that some of our neighbors have been hitting, there's thousands of grams per ton of silver, a couple of hundred or 200 plus grams per ton of gold. This is a major provincial highway that runs through the property. We've got logging roads that go right through our property. They're still maintained by the logging companies. And then our property here, you can see there's a number of VTEM anomalies or targets. One of our neighbors here is a very successful company. It is called Eris Mining. They're, I believe, a multi-billion-dollar market cap. They have hosted what is called the Juby deposit, which is a well-known multi-million ounce deposit. It is in the process, I believe, of being purchased by one of our other peers, I believe McFarlane Mining. But I think the really key point here is that this multi-million ounce gold deposit that we share a border with sits roughly 700 meters from where we announced our successful discovery hole just 2 years ago. That 50 meters of basically of a gram of gold sitting on the ground. Now, our technical team, they think that with another 4 to 6 holes that we possibly could be sitting on fairly quickly, a couple 100,000 ounces, maybe 300,000 ounces of gold, but the potential could be much bigger. And that's really why we're here. We're presenting the company. We'll be looking to commence a drill program here. And our plans are, of course, to build off this discovery hole and hopefully build a resource. And that's how I think that, our mission statement truly is our mission statement, that we are on a mission of a discovery. And with that, I real quickly just want to point out the other projects. Carhill, this is our graphite project located in Quebec. Again, we've hit multiple zones of graphite. We're surrounded, again, by companies that have a much, much larger market cap than ours. We're currently sitting at about just under 10 million Canadian, probably about $8 million market cap. And if you look at some of our neighbors, one of our neighbors actually here, it's a JV between a Midland and Probe. They actually hit, I believe, about a year and a half ago. It was announced as a discovery hole as well by our neighbors. It's a polymetallic type of discovery. And that's why I think we're feeling pretty good about this project as well. But again, Galganda West is really our focus. And that's what we're going to be focused on going forward. We have actually announced within the past 60 days that because currently we're trading at less than shell value. Earlier this year, I think we were trading at about $2 million market cap. So of course, we had a number of opportunities that were presented to us, and one of them is actually an antimony project that we're doing our due diligence on. And hopefully within the next 60, 90 days at the most, or definitely by the end of the year, we'll have made a decision on that project. But till then, this is still our focus, and that's what we're looking to do, make a discovery here in Ontario. So with that, I think I'd like to open it up for any questions.
All right, Saf, let's jump into these questions for you. Starting with Lance, wants to know what studies have been done, if any, on the Ontario Gold Project and the Quebec Graphite Project. If you can talk about those.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there haven't been any studies done on the project. I mean, we've had some airborne, we've had surface work done, we've had historical drilling, like I said, about 5,000 meters, and at the graphite project, we've had probably about 2,000 meters have been completed, and at some point, of course, as we continue drilling, I think that we would be doing a resource report. But I don't think we're there yet. Of course, it's going to take thousands of meters more, I think, for us to get there.
And with that, is anything proven or indicated?
Nope, not yet. Like I said, we've got that one discovery hole. Every hole has hit mineralization, but we don't have enough data for that.
You mentioned this earlier, but maybe this person joined a little bit late. But Kamari wants to know, what exits have you had in the space in the past?
What exits have I had?
Yes.
So I actually, like I said, I was involved with a geothermal company. And so we took that from about a $2 million market cap. It was about a 10, 12-year overnight success story, but we built 3 geothermal power plants. And then we got taken out by one of the largest pure play geothermal companies. So in the mining space, no, I haven't, not yet. That is the plan here. And at some point, I think I've been asked, uh, you know, do I ever see myself taking, something like this into production once we get a resource? No, I think that's a different skill set. I think what we're looking to do here is, make a discovery through the drill bit, add some serious market cap, and hopefully get taken out by somebody much, much bigger. Like I said, one of our neighbors has a multi-million ounce gold deposit. We'd love to be part of this structure. We'd love to add to that bottom line. Maybe if we have 1 million, 2 million ounces, who knows? We don't know what we have yet. We're not going to know until we do some more drilling.
All right. Carly wants to know, what does investment look like? Have you taken equity investments? Are there any convertible notes?
No, there's no debt at all. This is purely, we're a public company. We're not looking to incur any debt. That I think you would do probably at the project level, purely equity.
Great. And Mike asks, can you give a timeline of the drill schedules, locations, and durations?
I think you can expect news within the next, I think, 2 to 3 weeks. You can drill here year round, essentially. This part of Ontario and Quebec, it's really kind of rolling hills. And it's actually even better to be working when the winter is set in and the ground's hard, because it's much easier to move the equipment. The only time that you have a bit of a downtime is basically when there's the winter, the ice is melting, the thaw, or in the spring and when there's heavy rains. So you got a couple of weeks, but otherwise you can work year round.
And Will wants you to talk about the geopolitical environment around you. How friendly is everybody?
You know what? I think every major is in the Abitibi, and Ontario, Quebec. Canada is a great place to be. Of course, I might sound biased being Canadian, but it's very, very mining friendly. As I said, we've got a major highway that runs through the property. We've got logging companies working here. We've got agreements in place with First Nations. Everybody is looking to make a discovery, and everybody wants to be involved in the next big thing.
Perfect. And Tom says, well, he noticed you gave a presentation on a different company before this. So
Yes.
can you talk about the proximity of each company to the other, and how are you splitting your time?
Yeah. That's actually a really good question, because I think I get that quite often. So iMetal, we're focused in Ontario, Quebec, and then possibly in Bosnia. And then with the other company, which is Questcorp Mining, that was, like I said, a brand new IPO about 2 years ago. And what happened was, just as I was asked to join iMetal about 5 years ago as an independent director, I was actually asked to join Questcorp. And then for personal reasons, one of the founding directors, who was going to be the president of Questcorp, had to step aside, and I got asked to take over. And so there is no crossover, because the projects are in completely different jurisdictions, different provinces. And, essentially, if you look at Questcorp, we're actually drilling in Mexico. Riverside's the operator. So really, it's just a matter of marketing the company and helping assist raise the capital for Questcorp. And it's the same thing with iMetal. I'm not a geologist. I think I'm trying to surround myself with very good technical people and great partners.
Perfect. Well, Saf, do you have any closing remarks besides that was pretty good for our viewers today?
Um, no, I think really I just want to close off with, you know what, there's a lot of junior companies out there, and investors, just have to do their due diligence and take a look at who probably has the best shot. I think we've got, you know, a pretty good chance with both of my companies. I think both of these projects or both these companies have essentially two horses in the race. And, I think it's great to start with a discovery hole and to build on that. And that's what we have here with iMetal.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time and presentation today. And we certainly hope to follow along with your journey in the future.
Okay, Anna, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to following up with you guys soon.
Perfect. All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back.